Well, a very good morning, and you're welcome back to Ireland's Weather Channel, bringing you your latest weather forecast here on Facebook. Looking at the satellite picture at the moment, we can see that Ireland is covered by a mix of cloudy spells, but also one or two sunny breaks about this morning. It's the first time that I've looked out in quite a number of days that I was able to see blue sky, and what a welcome sight it was. But there are areas of cloud as well, especially so across Ulster and also along the west coast. We have this weak weather front, and we can see that in relation to this line of cloud stretching from the north to the south. That's bringing still some outbreaks of rain here, and it will continue to do so throughout the course of the day, whereas elsewhere there will be some sunnier breaks and mostly dry conditions to be had, which is certainly a welcome respite from the rain that we have seen of late. Now, as we go through the next couple of days, what's likely to happen? Well, unfortunately, if we look at our weather models and we go back to the present at the time of recording, we can see we have those weak weather fronts as we go through the afternoon. They don't really move that much. We still see them straddling the west coast, mostly dry conditions elsewhere, but still that chance of mist and drizzle along Atlantic coastal counties in particular, relatively slack winds, and it's a mild day today across the country. Now, into tomorrow, Friday, we see this other area of rain, slightly stronger winds pushing in from the Atlantic in relation to these weather fronts. It's not included in the cold front. Along that cold front, there will be some heavier outbreaks of rain. So certainly through tomorrow morning into the early afternoon, all areas are at risk of seeing some heavy outbreaks of rain. Now as well, ahead of this, if we go back just a little bit, 2 steps back to 6 a.m., there are southerly winds strengthening in advance of that cold front. This is important for Cork City because what we're noticing is we have southerly winds occurring at the point of high tide, and it is an astronomical high tide at the moment, meaning that the full moon has led to a significant increase in terms of the tide. So we've seen tidal flooding the last couple of days. The tide will peak on Friday morning, just as that system pushes in, meaning that we have these southerly winds pushing the sea up through Cork Harbour as well, up the River Lee, meeting those, I suppose, above average flow rates that are coming down the River Lee at this moment as well. And that means there is a significant risk of flooding in Cork City on Friday morning. So if you are listening into this, please do take advice from Cork City Council. There will be notifications, there will be road closures in place about the city, but even business owners, do be aware that there is the risk of some flooding in Cork City Centre on Friday morning. That is one thing that we will emphasize here in this morning's forecast. Skirting on then to Saturday. Saturday in general is a drier picture across the country. We have these southwesterly winds. They'll feed in a mixture of sunshine and outbreaks of rain here to the west. Generally speaking, across the rest of the country, it's a drier picture, it's a brighter picture, especially the first half of the day. Cloud will build during the second half of the day. Into Sunday, unfortunately, we see more in the way of general outbreaks of rain. It's not going to be persistent rain. It's going to come kind of in showery bursts. So it's not all bad news. It's not a complete washout, you could say, of a weekend. But in general, we are keeping a very close eye on the conditions in Friday morning, in particular for the risk of that coastal flooding, that tidal flooding in Cork City. And finally, what I want to leave you with is notification that we will be having a special seasonal forecast on our Patreon this coming Tuesday. And that's in relation to charts like these that are starting to emerge in some of the longer term models. And we've spoken about some of the factors behind this winter and why we think it could be a slightly colder than average winter, at least the first half of the winter. We see charts like this and we see that we've areas of higher pressure favoured to develop to our north between Greenland and Scandinavia, particularly around Iceland, and that leads often to colder easterly winds across the country. We mentioned that in last night's little brief update, and by the way, this is not guaranteed, so certainly when we talk about these charts and probabilities, it means that there's a higher chance than usual of this occurring, but these are far from foolproof as well. What we'll try and do on Tuesday is talk through those a little bit more, give you more insight, give you more detail as to what to expect in terms of the winter forecast and some of the reasons behind these models becoming more prevalent. And I hope you can join us on our Patreon. We'll have a shortened version, of course, on our Facebook, but for the most detailed and most accurate forecast, please do tune in to our Patreon. To sign up, simply send a WhatsApp to 087 972 3300 and we'll get that sent out to you right away. Thanks a million for tuning in this morning. I'll be back later on this evening with another update. But for now, from me, it's goodbye.